All right, it is next time. Next German impulse here on December 16th. I want to get this core going. So I flat out know I'm going to be using this card to activate the XLVII. I do not know what that number is. The purple ones. Alrighty, so all the purple are activated now with that card. And I want to go after this guy here. For starters, I want to get this guy down here. That was deployed. We're going to avoid taking the road. We can take... Oh, no, that won't. I can't get him down there. Because that would be 3 points, and that would be 3 points. So, lucky them. All right. Oh, never mind. We can do it still. Those will move there, down the road 1. I could brack him back over that bridge. Or we'll think about that. I might move him up here or here just to kind of keep him out of the mix. Like if he gets called in as a... If he was called as a reinforcement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He could not reach there. 1... Okay, so he cannot make as a reinforcement anyway. I can move 1 piece over an unbridged river. So move a piece over. This stack, all strong pieces, cost me 3 points to move into the woods because there's no connecting road. And then 1 more point to here. All right. So right now, without that piece involved, we're looking at, I have to cut these in half because they're attacking across the river. So we've got 7, 11, 14, 18, so that's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16 to 3. 16 to 3. If I bring this piece down, that's going to add 2 more, so 18 to 3. I get 6 to 1 odds. So I think I'm going to go ahead and bring him down also. I cannot get him into combat. I cannot take another piece over the river. 1, 2, 3. Interesting. I could take this piece and go 1, 2, 3, 4. And we have an assault coordination sitting over there. That's going to be big. So I can use that card and all the pieces around that would also attack. So we're going to do that too. 1, whoops, was going to clear terrain. Now we're on the road. 2, 3, 4. You know, the IP will come off as soon as we do the attack. I'm going to throw it off now. Because, yeah, I'll be able to use all of these surrounding pieces in that attack. And then down here, we said we'd be 6 to 1. It will be a flank. Number of pieces, that would be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Plus there's elite. A max of 9 chips drawn. You know what? I want to make sure we take that. We're going to go with combat engineers. We'll be using assault coordination on the other one. We could optionally do a reinforced battle. If I want to keep throwing, I could get one more. Again, that 3 means I can use a total of 3 cards as combat tactics. So I could throw another reinforced battle in there. Let's see what we got going on. I can't reinforce the lower one. Do I want to reinforce this one? So right now we've got a green piece, meaning it's got the white dots. It's a 2 on defense. We would have 9, 11, 16, 17, 18 to 2. We've got 9 to 1 odds. So I'm going to leave that alone. I'm going to leave my reinforced battle cards over there. And then this is going to total up to 5. So that'll be my impulse. So the allies will get to go next time after this. So what do you want to do first? Let's do the lower one first. Okay, that'll be this one with the combat engineers. Okay, first off, we draw a card. Allied card in case he gets a combat tactic or a undetected defender. It's the 5th Corps. This is the 8th Corps, so he does not get an undetected defender. Oh, crap. So he does get Corps Artillery, which on December 16th, if you recall, the Corps Artillery combat tactic occurs as described. And that's not going to be a nice one. Where's my card? Corps Artillery. Functions like an artillery combat tactic and draw a 2nd command card for potential additional combat tactic. So they get artillery and, oh crap, tank battalion. Okay, tank battalion says add 1 to the allied combat strength and fills the requirement for armor if the allied units in combat do not already possess armor. So that 3 just became a 4 for defense, and it's considered a combined arms piece because now there's armor involved. All right. So we do need to draw the minimum 2 chips. Oops. All right. It is a large attack. Let me see what the max is again. There's 3, 6, 8, 9 because there's elite, 10 with the card. So yes, as long as I do 7 chips, it's a large attack. And because of the tank battalion benefit, this no longer applies. Only attacker has armor versus only defender. So that's not going to benefit us. We played combat engineers. Let me go ahead and get rid of this improved position now. So the maximum draw is 10. Right now we've hit him for 1. I'm going to need 3 more defender hits. Let's draw 7 more chips. So it'll be a 9 chip attack. 7 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. He's not in a city. Again, cities have a solid line around them. Those are both cities. That's a city. Towns are just the dots of buildings. Okay. Anyway, he is in broken, so that one does not apply. IP, so he's not in an improved position because we got to eliminate that. He's not dispersed or unsupplied, so neither of those. He is in broken, so that one will apply. Here's where we're going to start taking it on the chin. Attacker does have artillery. Wait a minute. No, I'm sorry. Defender has artillery. Greater than 4 to 1, 6 to 1. What were we at? Let's re-add it. I think it was 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. It was 16 to 3, so it's 5 to 1. I'm sorry, he's a 4 now. So it's 4 to 1. Because again, Tank Battalion gives him an extra point of strength. So it was 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 16 to 4. So 4 to 1. Okay, good. Nope. Another 4 to 1. All right. This could have been worse. Excellent. 2 to 1. So we have 5 hits. So again, as I mentioned earlier, 4 hits will completely eliminate a piece. So he is gone no matter, we can go through all the rules, but he will be gone. So put him straight to the eliminated box. We have to take 1 hit as attacker. I like my armored pieces, so we're going to take a hit from an infantry. So we have to flip him over. Oh, wait a second. I have a 4. So I can flip the stronger piece over, and he still has a strength of 3 without the brackets. Had I flipped this piece over, he has the brackets, so he could potentially not have zones of control at sometimes. All right. I'm going to move these chips out of the way. And we're going to advance. All right. So the bridge is out. It's blown. We can only advance 1 piece across an unbridged river. Let's go ahead and find the strongest piece here. We will send him over. Since he's following, let me pause here. He crossed over. There's now a position here that's going to meet the requirements. For a roadblock check. Okay, roll a die when a German unit moving, advancing, or reinforcing enters a hex adjacent to an empty in supply allied position with a road that is not adjacent to any unit other than the moving unit. Okay. So the hold position, I'm sorry, the position value is a 3. So we're going to roll a die. If it's 1, 2, or 3, then we throw up a roadblock hex. So it's a 5, so that's good. A roadblock hex is not thrown up. So he can advance 2 because we eliminated a unit. but let me double check. Since the first, see, I peek at the rules all the time. 2 hex advance. May advance 2 hexes if the defender connected the first hex. The first must be the vacated hex. Unit must stop if crossed unbridged river. All right, so he has to stop. If there was a bridge, he could have gone another hex. Let's also send one of these over because this is a different hex edge. And we could go ahead and advance one of these. They'll at least be on a road. All right. No particular reason we're going to do it this way. Okay. The other ones can't move because only one can cross that river. All right. Now we've got the second attack, which is essentially this piece leading the attack, but we're going to use assault coordination so that all other pieces that are next to what's being attacked may also attack. So it's going to be these 3 hexes. Okay. We check the command card in case they get a combat tactic. All right. It is the 16th, therefore they get combat engineers, which would mean they get an improved position, but there's already one there, so they get no extra benefit. All right, that piece has 2 dots, so the minimum draw is 2. So let's go ahead and grab 2. 1, 2. Okay, we've got clear, blah, blah, blah. He's in the woods. That's not what we want. That means -1. It is a flank attack. So right now those are offsetting and he still has an improved position. Our maximum draw is going to be 1. Let's see, it's how many full strength units or unbracketed units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. At least 1 is elite. That makes 7. He has more than 2 dots. That makes 8. So the maximum is 8. I'm going to go ahead and draw 6 more and use our full effect. Oh, plus I have this card. It could be 9. Let's do that. Let's draw 7 more. I want to obliterate that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait a minute. What did I say? All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Here. I took too many. All right. Dispersed or undersupplied. Defender adjacent. We're going to check defender adjacent. He is supplied, even though he's surrounded right now. He's supplied because he does not have an out of supply marker. He started the day supplied. As for the defender adjacent, we're going to have to take a little rule peek. Combat chit summary. Applies if the defender is adjacent to a supplied non-dispersed friendly. That's what I thought. So the adjacent piece is dispersed. So this will not apply. Defender artillery, attacker artillery. Nope. Defender green or elite. Oh, Defender is green. Got the white dots. Okay. All right, the total combat odds is going to be 2, 4, 9, 10, 11, 12, 18 to 2. It was 9 to 1. Oh, bingo. 9 to 1. Bingo. Only attacker has armor because we're attacking an infantry. We have armor involved. And another Japers. 9 to 1. Japers. All right. So yeah, he's gone. No need to add these up. And we have no attacker hits. That's excellent. So again, you know, the IP plus 4 hits is 5. As long as we have 5, he's gone. So that offsets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hits. So yes, without going through all the details, that piece is gone. Another 2 are eliminated, so we've added a victory point. And advancement. Remember, dispersed. Section 13.9 in the rule book. I used to look that up all the time. 13.9. Dispersed unit does not exert control. Okay, so we don't have to stop moving when we get next to that dispersed piece. Unfortunately, when we move to that piece, that hex, we cannot move here as the second spot because it's a forest, not along a road. So that is what it is. But let's go ahead and get some pieces that moved up here anyway. He can get up next to him. Let's go ahead and include, you know what? Let's just keep him here. Sorry, let's keep him here. Nah, we'll put him there. That's probably all I'll do is move that one piece next to him. And then, you know, another time I could, we have that color. If I still have that card and another couple of impulses, or next impulse even, I could move there and attack. Okay. I think that's it. We'll call that successful too. I'm gonna get rid of these chips. And while I'm at it, we're gonna go ahead and do the Allied Impulse. So again, I played these cards. They add up to 5. That means the German Impulse ends. And we replenish. I used 3 cards. I think that's all my, yep, I just have one more card for the day. 7th Army, who has not done anything all day. All right, back to the Allies. So again, we finished our German Impulse. Our command value met the Allied command level, therefore this ends. We drew up to 6 cards. We had one more to take. We're to the Allied Impulse. Take our top card. All right, let's set this over here. All right. Special event. There is no special event in this part of the card. Deploy reserves. So we've got 4th and 10th. And there we are. The 4th, the 4th. So the rules will say to use the one with the lowest number. That would be the 5. It's the 16th. We're only going to use 1. The deployment area for the 12th Corps, XII, is the lowest part of the map, okay? So it's really just this bottom part. It gets a little bigger up here. And I can tell you now we're probably going to be skipping this because if we go through this deployment thing, we need an empty position. Basically, the and part of that, and a German unit is proximate. That would mean we need to have one of these position hexes proximate to a German piece. Nothing can get to these. These pieces cannot, because one, it's below the 5th Panther Army line, so the purple pieces can't go below that into the operating area, the deployment area of the XII Corps. And you know, everybody's pinned because they're next to a piece. So, I cannot get here, we cannot get here, cannot get here, here, etc. So that piece is not going to get deployed. We put him back in the reserve box. Next item is expedite reserves. If any of the units, if we have any 4th and 10th on the next day, the 17th, here we have a 10th armor, we bring them forward. The expedite would also mean, you can see right there, if there are less than or equal to 2 cards in the German draw pile, we send them directly to the map by deploying them. But that would mean going through that, which we just determined that there's no position for them to go. So they will simply get deployed to the reserve unit box. So if there's a deploy card, they could enter the map with that. So that's the extent of their impulse. Again, the Allies don't do a whole lot on the opening day or two. Okay, so back to, let me pause this and just look at my cards. Be right back. All right, I'm back. So on my cards, I'm going to activate this corps. Some of those were just involved in a battle via the assault coordination, which means they can be activated now. And I'm going to use infantry infiltration combat tactic along with that. Of course, I don't have to choose that until I do combat. So let's move the blue. Oh. Since I have crossed that bridge, it is in German control. Remember that one piece advanced across it? So it does not get checked to blow up. Well, we'd have to see about that. If I vacate this hex altogether, then maybe it could. But for now, we have crossed it. It's considered German. I'm going to try and take St. Vith right away with 1, 2. I have 2 options. I could go 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I want to do that with this armored piece. Sorry, I got off track there. Is going to move here for a movement point of 1. This will be 2. I do not do a roadblock. Ooh. I do not do a roadblock check here because it is adjacent to another piece. I will do a roadblock check on that square. However, it would not cause me to stop moving because I'm not connected to that. So that is 1. That is 2. No check here. This one we check on. So a 3 or less, our roadblock goes up. 10. That was 2. That becomes 3, 4. Now I have to do a roadblock check. We don't want to get 5 or less. 6. Excellent. So his last movement point goes into St. Vith. I'll go ahead and throw a German marker on the town. And that was worth 2 victory points. Okay. And I don't believe I roll for that one because of that piece being next to it, even though it's dispersed. I thought I looked that up. But let's check it again. Okay. Roadblock check. Yeah, it does not mention that you do. It is adjacent to a in supply allied position. It is advanced. It was a hex adjacent to an empty in supply allied position, not adjacent to any unit other than the moving unit. Okay. Doesn't say anything about zone of control or the dispersal. It is next to another unit, therefore we don't roll for that. All right, so that piece is done moving. This infantry, I'm going to move 1, 2. Oh, wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to move this piece because there's no zone of control, so I can move right past him. I'm going to go right. Ooh. Potentially. First, we're moving this piece here. We have to do a, oh, I'm sorry, no bridge demolition checks on the 16th. So we're not checking that. So he's going 1, 2, 3, 4. And then he's going here. He's going here. 1, 2. Let's see here. Now we're going to keep him here. Keep him on the same side of the river, I believe. He's a 3. That would be a 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 to 3 versus 8 to 3. I want to stay on the same side of the river so I'm not cut in half. This piece, one, I'm just going to move next to him. That'll kind of keep him from being able to do things. All right, and then this combat, I'm going to use the infantry infiltration card, which means this becomes a flank attack. All right. Now, back to the 13.9 on dispersed pieces. Dispersed unit does not exert control, may not move, attack, or build improved position, may not advance after combat, may retreat only 1 hex if attacked. If all units defending start dispersed, the attacker subtracts 1 hit, and the defender may not be the recipient of combat tactics. Okay, so we do not draw one of these cards for a combat tactic. The minimum we draw here is 2. Let's do that. He's not in a city. Oh, that stinks. He's in the woods. Okay. And it was, I think it was 3-1 we had determined. Okay. So the D's are going to offset. We ignore 1 attacker hit because he's dispersed. What's our maximum here? 1, 2, 3, 4 because we're elite, 5 because of the card. I want 3 more chips. I would like to get rid of him. 1, 2, 3. We have attacker elite, attacker green. The attacker is elite. We have the red dots, okay? Defender is not recon. And there's no combat engineer. Less than 2-1, greater than or equal to 3-1. We have 3-1 odds. So it's going to be, we're ignoring 1 attacker hit because he is dispersed. That's good. The D-1, D1 offset. So that leaves him with 2 hits he has to take. He's dispersed. He's only allowed to retreat 1 spot. We're going to use our card. All right. We have 2 hits to take. If hits is greater than equal to steps, that's item B. Retreat 1 hex. He's going to be limited, all right, to here and here. We're going to go to retreat priorities. Into a hex not an enemy zone of control. Not possible. Into a hex occupied by a friendly unit. Not possible. Into an unoccupied hex in an enemy zone of control in friendly supply. This hex is in friendly supply because the route for supply can go blah, 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 you know, here and to the world. This hex is not in friendly supply because to go here, you're in zone of control, here, zone of control, etc. So that is the spot he has to go to. Into an unoccupied hex, in enemy zone of control, in friendly supply, remove a step from the retreating unit because he's in a zone of control, okay? So he crosses the river, he flips over, still dispersed. That takes care of 1 hit. Now, if he's already retreated 2 hexes, he is not. If hits is greater than or equal to steps, he's got 1 hit left, or he's got one step left, one hit. Because he's dispersed, he cannot retreat again. So his only option is to take another hit where he stands. Okay? So he has to take another hit by flipping over, and he's eliminated. So he's gone. He's gone. And then we can advance. There's the hex he vacated, and then we can go again. One piece can cross the bridge because it's day 16. So let's send the strongest piece over the bridge. The other ones just stay put. Okay. Let's throw these pieces aside. That used 4 points. The 2 and the 2. So I can still do another card, this impulse. Let's try doing something with this core here. We're going to cross our fingers. Activate all units in core. We've got this piece will cost 1 to break contact, plus 1 for the clear space. And his third movement point will be to advance here. And this piece will advance to there. We're going to do an across the river attack. Combat strength is sliced in half, so what looks like to be 9, 10, 11, 16 becomes 8. So it's 8-3. It's only going to be 2-1. But we're going to hope we can do something there. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know what? That's going to be 6 max. Okay. That's that. Yeah, I can't reinforce battle with anything. No one can reach there. Okay. So we draw a card for this piece. Whoops. XVII, that does not match. Therefore, we go to the combat tactics. It's day 16. Engineers. He's in a town, so engineers does not count to build an IP, so he gets no extra benefit. So we're gonna cross our fingers. We get a favorable chip pull here. So here's 2. There's no artillery involved. Goodness. Too bad we didn't have artillery. And I said 6, so we can draw 4 more. Let's do all 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. It's not a flank attack. For starters, he's in a town. We don't have 7-1. Less than 4-1. It is less than 4-1 odds, so that one will apply. Only attacker, only defender, so only the attacker has combined arms. We have armor and infantry involved. Let's see, dispersed, unsupplied, defender adjacent, neither of those apply. So we have 1 attacker hit, we have 2 defender hits. The town absorbs the first hit. All right. So now we have 1 hit to apply. So we go here. He has not yet retreated 2 hexes. Hits is 1, steps is 2. Skip that. If losing a step would cause the defending unit to exert no zone of control, retreat 1 hex. He's in a town, so even though he's bracketed, he would exert zone of control because he's in a town. Therefore, we go to D. Calculate the unit's hold chance. The hold value of the hex is 3. There's 2 steps in the piece. So 3, 4, 5. All attackers across the river becomes 7. Nope. 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 So if we get a 7 or less, we take a step loss. Otherwise, we retreat 1 hex. We want it to be 8, 9, or 10. So I'm rolling the die. It's a 1. So he takes a step loss and stays in place. The reason I wanted him to retreat is because then we could have advanced 2 pieces across that river. Okay. We also have to take an attacker hit. I'm going to do it on this piece that's considered green. So he goes from 4 dots to 3. And that's that. Put these in the discard bucket. And that used my 5th and 6th point for the impulse. There's no more cards to draw. Allies' turn. Impulse, that is. Okay, 5th Corps. That's... all right. So, special event. No special event. Do we have the 2nd or the 99th in the reserve box? No, we don't. There's no expedite. We potentially will activate units to perform actions. So 10.0. Let's look at the activate rule. Eligible to activate if at least 1 unit in formation, that's the 5th, which would be, only the 2nd or the 99th, okay? So that would be this piece, that piece, that piece, the 99th. All right, so all these. I'm going to take a peek. He already has an improved position. He would be eligible for an improved position, okay? So just with that in mind alone, he's eligible because there's at least 1 unit right here eligible for IP. In supply, not in city or town. So that means we draw 3. Well, then we go to this bottom part. Conduct an action for each active non-dispersed unit wandering behind enemy lines. No one's wandering. So we're going to draw 3 action cards. Arrange in numerical order, and we'll go through these. Okay.